Welcome back to the channel, sports fans. Today is August 18th, 2026, and we are diving straight into the biggest, most thrilling headlines shaping the global sports world right now. From dramatic football semifinals and high-stakes transfer whispers to major disciplinary news shaking up tennis, we have got a packed lineup. Let's get right into it. Part 1. Football Fever. The ASEAN Hyundai Cup drama. We kick things off on the international football stage, where the temperature is rising in the ASEAN Hyundai Cup 2026. Yesterday brought a nail-biting conclusion to one of the semi-final matchups, cementing Thailand's place in the grand finale. Playing at the iconic Rajamangala Stadium in Bangkok, Anthony Hudson's Thai squad managed to punch their ticket despite dropping a 2-1 match to Singapore on the night. Thanks to a commanding performance in the first leg, Thailand scraped through with a tight 4-3 aggregate victory. Singapore came out firing, with Hari Stewart putting them ahead right before halftime. However, a crucial 61st-minute penalty calmly slotted home by substitute Kakana Kamyak proved to be the ultimate turning point, extinguishing Singapore's comeback hopes and sending the home crowd into wild celebrations. Now, all eyes turn to the other side of the bracket. Who will face Thailand in the final? That question will be answered tomorrow in Hanoi, where Vietnam takes on Malaysia. Vietnam currently holds a comfortable 2-0 lead from the first leg, putting them in the driver's seat. But the psychological warfare has already begun. Malaysian coach Tan Chong Ho has stepped up to rally his troops, publicly urging his players to look back at history for inspiration, specifically channeling Malaysia's legendary, against-the-odds victory over Vietnam back in 2014. Overturning a 2-goal deficit at the My Dinh National Stadium is no easy feat, but as football fans know all too well, anything can happen when pride and a championship trophy are on the line. Part 2. European football transfer rumors and club action. Shifting our gaze over to European football, the summer transfer window continues to generate insane buzz, and the latest gossip has everyone talking. Word on the street is that Atletico Madrid is making aggressive moves, setting their sights on a massive acquisition. Rumors indicate they are pushing hard to bring Julian Alvarez into their fold, and interestingly, steering him toward a potential move over a switch to Barcelona. If this deal materializes, it could completely reshape the competitive landscape in La Liga for the upcoming season. Meanwhile, preparations are heating up across the continent as clubs gear up for crucial fixtures. Over in the UEFA Champions League, qualifiers are taking center stage. Heavyweights and dark horses alike are finalizing their lineups, with teams like Fenerbahce and Lyon preparing for high-voltage battles. Fans are glued to their screens trying to gauge who has built the squad depth necessary to survive the grueling group stages ahead. Adding to the football governance drama, high-ranking Premier League officials have made headlines by openly criticizing FIFA's recent strategic trajectory. In a blunt assessment, a top Premier League executive claimed that FIFA is essentially self-destructing over its contentious new global tournament expansion and scheduling plans. As player fatigue reaches an all-time high and clubs push back against an increasingly bloated calendar, this friction between domestic leagues and world governing bodies is turning into a full-scale war that will define the future of the sport. Part 3. Tennis Shockwave. Nick Kyrgios' provisional suspension, moving away from the pitch and onto the tennis court. We have breaking news that has sent massive shockwaves through the tennis community. Australian star Nick Kyrgios has been hit with a mandatory provisional suspension after testing positive for a banned substance. According to statements released by the International Tennis Integrity Agency, ITIA, Kyrgios provided a sample during an ATP 250 event in Mallorca, Spain, back in late June. Following laboratory testing confirmed by a World Anti-Doping Agency accredited facility in July, the sample showed the presence of benzoylecgonine, a metabolite of cocaine. Because cocaine is classified as a stimulant and a substance of abuse under the tennis anti-doping program, a provisional suspension was triggered automatically and has quietly been in effect since early August. This is a massive development for tennis enthusiasts worldwide, casting a heavy shadow over Kyrgios' career trajectory just as major late-summer hardcourt tournaments loom on the horizon. The sports world will be watching closely to see how this disciplinary case unfolds in the coming weeks. Part 4. U.S. sports landscape, and looking ahead closer to home in North American sports, baseball season is hitting its absolute peak dog days. In Major League Baseball, the race for the posts